Hey, what up, decisive marketers? You content writers are going to be really keen about this tool today, because this is yet another SEO content optimization tool, but it does way more than that. It doesn't just do the optimization for you, but it also does writing sort of research. It has a very heavy research process, so that you can have a good understanding about your content before you start writing it. And the workflow is like you writing your content in sections, which they call it blocks, and you can move and adjust them very fluidly, so that you can have your content flow in the right way that you want. And at the same time, you can optimize it for SEO and then publish it directly. So you can publish it and share it on social media, on WordPress, and I think a couple of other platforms as well, which we'll be diving into. Now, before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content. So the tool today that we're going to be talking about is called Blogely. Okay, and actually a lot of people just call it Blogely, but one thing that you can see on their logo, it says Blogely Original. Okay, so the whole idea about Blogely is about writing original content, right? Original content. So you will see a couple of different you know items in their dashboard, so it can kind of seem a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry about that, because a lot of these are actually part of the workflow, right? So you can actually just jump in and start when where in your workflow, if you have stopped somewhere, you can just click one of this and continue with your writing workflow, right? So one thing about Blogely is that they have a import feature, so you can import from Google Docs, your blog, or a HTML file. And what happens is that it will keep all your your title tags, your heading tags, and all that kind of stuff, right? All the HTML will still be kept in here, right? So it's not like other tools where you copy and paste and then you lose all the formatting. Okay, so writing a content with Blogely is really simple. The first thing that you want to be doing is just click on write a new article, and we're going to be writing about Cherry MX Switch gaming keyboards today. Okay, right. So before you get started, what you want to be doing is, I would recommend you that you go into the workflow first and see if this is the workflow that you want to be following. This is what is recommended. The first step is to research, then you write, then you edit, then you proofread, then you enhance the content, and then you optimize it for SEO, then you submit it for approval, get feedback, then you do a plagiarism scan, publish it, promote it, and then you can put any custom steps that you want right here as well. Okay, right? And you can add more custom steps, right? And also, so let's say if I put tests in here, there'll be a test right here. Okay, so these are custom steps, and you can also add sub step. Okay, right, and you can see that right here. So this will be great if you're working, you can work alone and follow this process, but you can also, one thing I forgot to mention is that you can drag and drop, you can reorder the workflow items as well. So this is great, especially if you're working in a team and you need to move this workflow from one person to another person. This will be great for you to know what's the entire workflow to follow. Okay, and so let's say, let me just keep the same workflow. Alright, okay, and then you can put in your keywords. Okay, so you can click on optimize and you can put in your content, right? So let's say YMX, Y Cherry MX switches gaming keyboards are the best. Okay, you can put in your meta description. You can connect with your WordPress site, and directly publish or update your content from within Blogely, right? So that's the one of the powerful features, so that you don't actually have to log into your WordPress, and you don't have to export the document and paste it into your WordPress. You can just publish it from within Blogely itself, right? So you can put in the URL, okay, and then your featured image, okay, and then your focus keywords. So you can add your focus keywords in here. So let's say we're gonna put in cherry MX switches, okay, and you can add in gaming keyboards. Okay, you can also select from your research document, which we'll come to that later on. Okay, so I'm just going to select the cherry MX switch. Okay, cancel. Oops, my bad. So okay, right, and then you can add another keyword. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so then you can scan. Okay, then you can see the keywords, and if you have okay, so let's move on first. Okay, so once you have finished written your content, you can scan for the SEO again. We're going to come back to this later on. Over here you can set up your blogs first, but this will be actually writing for your article. We'll come to that shortly. What I would recommend now is actually to jump into research, right? And so that you can start a new research document right here. Okay, so this is the research document. So the first thing you want to be doing is you can make use of the SERP 100 feature here. So what this SERP 100 feature does is that it will crawl the top 100 results on Google for the keyword that you have, and pull out all the information, like the individual sections or the entire article that you want as well. Okay, so we're gonna put in okay, so they can also put in from Google Scholar, right? So it brings in the more of academic content in here as well, right? So if you're not writing anything about that, then I guess you can skip that. Okay, so we'll just skip it as United States. There are a lot of locations that you can different countries you can choose from. So I'm going to hit OK right now. Okay, so there we go, right? So it is still analyzing right now, but it has pulled out all the results right here. Okay, so so what happens is that you can actually click on these articles, and it will link you to the website, and you can just click on this drop down, and it will open up all the sections, right? You'll open up all the sections in here, and you can also add to my links. Okay, so that's we just click on one of these here. Okay, and I'll show you what that does later. So the next thing is your outline. So this one will show you all the outlines of the content. Okay, and you can toggle between the pages. Next is the questions, okay, that are being asked. So you can also pull them out as well. Okay, and statistics that are being mentioned in the content, so you can easily save them. So all you need to do is just click on this, it will go in. Okay, and then you can create a new block. Okay, so this is the second block. Okay, then you can add that. For example, I'm gonna add this to the next block. Okay, so these are just for you to um, your research content in here so that you can save them and for you to write them later. Okay, so so there we go. This is the research document. Okay, right. So next thing is I've done my links, right, so I saved some of them. So this will be useful when it comes to your SEO optimize feature later on. I'll show you about that later. And you can add notes. Okay, so you can save some notes in here if you want to. And you can put a link here if you want to. So maybe you can put a note about a piece of content that you've read. Okay, and then all the your keywords in here, so you can actually search for like your keywords. So let's say cherry MX switch. Okay, so it's gonna search for the keywords. And one thing cool about Blogely is that they have the SEO feature inbuilt in here, but it's gonna cost you some credits that you have, right? So one thing about Blogely is that they have certain features that will cost you credits, um, um, and these credits are consumed whenever you make use of them. So they have so it's $10 you get like every $10 is 100 credit. Okay, so I have some credits in here, and this shows my research volume in here. Okay, like, and then CPC will be the average cost per click, and CMP, I'm not really sure about what that is. And then you can start adding some of these keywords in. Cherry MX green, best cherry MX switch, whatever keyword that I want to be, a mechanical keyboard, gaming keyboard, right? So let's say I want to optimize for these keywords, then you can just add them into the keyword list. Okay, and then some autocomplete suggestions. So you can put in the keyword again. So then this is going to fetch you some autocomplete results. Okay, so this is what you get. Okay, so you can add them into your keywords list as well. So let's say I want to add this one, which I already have. Add this comparison one in here. Okay, and then if you want to, you can click on get data, and then it's going to cost you some credits as well. Okay, so you put in some of this, right, data in here, and then you got your questions. Okay, you got your questions, and then it will pull in questions. Let's see, maybe there's no questions for this. Let's try gaming keyboards. Okay, so there we go, right? We got some questions that came in. Okay, and then ideas. So this will give you some ideas. Cherry MX switch. Okay, so these are your questions. Okay, sorry, these are some ideas for your keywords, so you can add them. PCB keyboard, keypad switch, keypad, right? Whichever keywords that you want to optimize for, right? Then the last part will be the compete feature, which we'll get to that later on. Let's write out our content first. So now our research document has been created, right? This is our research document, right? So let's jump back into our articles right here. Okay, so we've got and then the next one will be your library. So what library is would be images, right? So you can upload your own images, you can put in a URL, you can grab GIFs, as well. This is from Giphy. You can put in Pixabay images, Pixabay videos as well. Okay, so you can save them, right? So let's say you want this video, just click on OK, and then it will be uploaded into Blogely. Okay, so let's say I grab this picture. So you basically look for like images that you want that's related to your content. So one thing cool about Blogely is that it doesn't just um, write content, optimize for content, but also like the images as well, right? Okay, so keyboard. Okay, so let's say I search for gaming keyboard. Okay, I guess there's nothing in here. Okay, let's just grab this one. Okay. Okay, so then there we go, right? So so what you want to be doing next is to create your outline. So let's say the outline is what, let's say, will be the introduction. Okay, what is um what is Cherry MX switch? Why is Cherry MX switch great for gaming keyboards? Recommendations on gaming keyboards using Cherry MX switches. And then the last one would be some final thoughts. Okay, right. Okay, and then you can now start writing by just clicking into this. So then you have your they call it article, right? But actually it's like your blog. So this is your introduction blog, right? So because you already created your blog, so it's introduction, then Cherry MX switch. Why is Cherry MX switch great for gaming keyboards? What's the final thoughts, right? Where's my recommendation blog? I think I missed that out. Okay, and then I can one thing cool about Blogely is I can just drag and drop the blocks as well, so I can just move it over here. Okay, and then it will be adjusted correctly right here. So and then when you start writing, one thing great about Blogely is that you write based on sections, so you don't overwhelm yourself by writing the entire article. Just write section by section so that it's easy, easy for you to what do you call that? Easy, more achievable for you, right? So a lot of you who are not good at writing, Blogely will be useful for you because it helps you make it into achievable milestones for you to do your writing. Okay, so here we go. So we've got your you can open up your assets, and within your assets you have your research documents, your notes, your libraries, your templates that you have. So templates are what you saved of your blogs, and then versions will be the entire article that you have written, and then some custom links that you have saved in here, right? So so this is your research document. So you can click on it and it will open up the some of your information in here. This is actually not the right one, not the right one. or maybe I forgot to save the research document, right? My bad. Okay, so here we go, right? So basically all the all the assets that you have is all in here, and you can just start writing stuff, right? And this is more like what you see is what you get, editor here. Okay, so you can set your paragraph style, everything in here, right? You can insert your images. You can directly upload it in here or put it in from your library, or embed videos or iframe, whatever it is in here. Okay, and then you start writing them one by one, right? By blocks. Okay, so once you're done writing, you can save this, and then you can move on to the next block, and the next block, and the next block, and the next block, and you're done. Okay, so once you're done, you can actually do if you have a team working on this together, like maybe even different people working on different blogs, you can then have a chat here. You have a collaboration chat, right? But because I only have the one user right here, so I don't actually have access to the collaboration feature. And then you can put in any issues that you have. Let's say you can say this is the introduction, and then there's an issue with your article, you can just put it in here, right? Okay, and you can have a full article preview. This is how it looks like. Okay, it will just open up everything for you, and then when you make any changes, you can just refresh, it will show up again, right? And once you're done writing your article, let's jump back in here. Is this the one? Okay, right, so this one will be for you to your article details. You can save it here, like what's the blog post type, what's the content type, right? You can keep them, you can categorize them, what's your goal, all that kind of stuff, and then you can save them in folders as well. And once you're done, you can just jump back in here. You can click on you can then go and optimize for your SEO. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, then you can start to resolve your SEO, and then the last part would then be for you to publish. You can put it on your editorial calendar. Okay, right, so this is your editorial calendar, and then you can publish it as well. Okay, right, and then you can connect it with WordPress, Ghost, Medium, Shopify, Blogger, OnlyFans, Drupal, Webflow, Joomla, or any others. Okay, so this is just for you to put a custom information for you to note. Okay, and then once you can set the publish date, and then once you're done, you can review and submit. Okay, so sorry, this is their roadmap here. Okay, so once you're done, you can just review and submit. Okay, and you can also, once you're done, also you can do a plagiarism check right here. Okay, which will also cost you credits, just for you to take note of. And one thing that is new to Blogely as well is the marketplace feature, right? They don't actually have this. I think it's, sorry, my bad. Let me see. I think it's under freelancer. Yeah. So so what happened is that okay, so you can put a nickname, and then what's your specialty. You are a e-commerce content writer, for example. What's your industry experience? Okay, let's say we just put software, web development, publishing, whatever it is. Okay, and then you can put a bio about yourself. Okay, and then okay, you can put your rate per 100 words, right? Let's say $1 per word, which is very expensive. And then you can put your skills, business writing. Okay, make visible. Okay, then I think it's saved already, so we can preview the page. So this is my profile, I guess. Okay, then you can have a long description. Okay, and then your payout, right? So it's connected to Stripe, right? And so basically this is your freelancer profile, right? So what happens is Blogely actually has a marketplace where you can look for writers, and at the same time you can be a freelancer, right? You can actually be a freelancer to write for other people, so other people can hire you, or you can hire other people as well. Okay, so uh, and so these are your integrations that they have, and I think this should be everything. Let me see. Yep, I think this is everything. They okay, see, so latest announcement. So they have a content marketplace announcement. So it is not launched yet. It's only launched on the September 30th. Okay, but it's going to come up very soon. Okay, so this will be a new upcoming feature that will come to Blogely very soon. Okay, so that's all I have in Blogely. I think that it's a complete solution. What is still sort of missing right here in Blogely is the AI writing assistant feature. This one right here, it is not ready yet. Okay, they are working on that integration. So once you have that, then you would have from the research stage, right, to creating your outline, creating your content brief, and then doing your research, putting all your information all together, getting all your keyword search volumes, and then you can start writing the content. Once you start, and you write them in blocks so that you can adjust them, reorder them when you need to, and once the AI feature is out, you can, as you write, you can use the AI assistant to write, to help you with the writing. And once you are done, you can optimize it for your SEO. You can optimize it. You can do a SEO heat map and compare your content with other people's content as well, and see if you are, doing well for your keywords. All right, and then lastly, you can then schedule it for publishing on your content management system, or share it on your social media as well. So it's a complete solution. I forgot to mention as well, if you got team members, then you can also have that collaboration feature, right? So everyone can just work within Blogely itself. I think Blogely is it's more of a all-in-one solution. Okay, because it covers everything. It's only missing that AI writing assistant feature, and then of course, if you want to make money with Blogely, there will be the marketplace feature that will be launching as well. Or you want to hire good writers that know how to make use of Blogely. Blogely has given you that platform to do so. So that's all I have in this video. Let me know what you think about Blogely by commenting below. If you have enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. And lastly, if you know that anyone who can benefit from Blogely, be sure to share this video with them. And I'll see you in my next video.